Hi, so today we're going to make Malai Kofta. I had a lot of requests for vegetarian Indian dishes on Facebook and so Malai Kofta is not that hard to make, creamy-ish dish, and it's basically you got to make the kofte separate, two parts. So you got to make the kofte separate and you got to make the gravy separate. So what we're going to do is I've got, depends on the size of potato. A small potato, you're looking at 6 potatoes. Large potato, again, half it, so 3. I've got, this is what I've done earlier, so I've mashed 6 potatoes. So boiled them, mashed them, and I've got 250 grams of paneer. The paneer is being grated down. So what we're going to do is mix those together. We're going to add green chilies. You can add according to taste. I'd recommend 2 to 3. This is 3 here. We've got some little bit of coriander powder, about a quarter of a teaspoon, just for the flavour. We have jeera powder, cumin, again half a teaspoon. 2 tablespoons of coriander. This is raisins. We're going to put in roughly 7 to 8 raisins chopped up. And we've got plain flour, 2 tablespoons. You might have to add a bit more depending on how much you've got. And you'll see once you've mixed if you need more. So once all the flour, the potato and the paneer everything's together, what you then do is knead it all together, mix it all like you would any dough, and then you take your hand, with your hands you just make round balls out of it, just like that. So on that action there, and you, just like I've made here. We now are going to deep fry these in oil, on a medium oil. So just make sure that your oil is ready, and then we will start to fry. So when we put them into the fryer, just make sure that they don't break. So you've got to put them in delicately. And once you've got them in there, after a while you will have to slightly mix them around so that they're cooking around fully. And you do that with all of the kofta balls. As they're ready, they start floating to the top, and they're like a brown colour, a crispy brown colour. So once they start doing that, then you delicately again take them out and put them on some kitchen roll. Once the kofta balls are fried, they're going to look like this. They are very soft, so when you are frying them, make sure they don't break. Just be delicate with them. They're tricky and the oil is hot, so be safe. Now we're going to make the sauce for the Malai Kofta. I am going to, so I've got some onions, 3 onions, medium sized, sliced. I've got a wok here which is hot, but there's no oil, there's nothing. I'm going to cook these in here without any oil. I'm going to give them a roasting until they're brown. Barbecuing, because I didn't put any oil in. Now that they're kind of brown, I'm now going to put a little bit of oil in there. As these onions caramelise, that's what's going to give us the flavour. We're now going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic, 2 tablespoons of ginger, 2 tablespoons of green chilies. Now this is a mildish dish, but my family likes everything hot and spicy, so we like to make it this way. We're now going to add a handful of cashew nuts. Once your ginger, garlic and chilies are ready, you add 3 tomatoes sliced to this. And let it cook away. You also add half a tin of tomatoes chopped. You can do less than half depending on how much masala you've cooked, and then let that cook away. So now the tadka for the Malai Kofta is ready. As you can see, it's nice and brown, the cashews are all cooked. What we're going to do now is let this cool down. Once it's cool, we're going to transfer it to the food processor and give it a blend. But please let it cool down. We've transferred the tadka into the food processor, and we're going to give it a blast. So we've got our paste ready in the food processor. We're now going to make the rest of the masala tadka. So about 2 teaspoons of oil, tablespoon of butter, we're going to add about half a teaspoon of jeera, cumin. I'm going to let that crackle and pop. Could be snap, crackle and pop. We then are going to add some bay leaf, cinnamon, a couple of cardamoms and some cloves. 3 cardamoms and 3 cloves whole, and then we let that cook slightly. Now we're going to add a teaspoon of digi mirch, red chili. This is the more flavorous one. A teaspoon of turmeric, some cumin powder, about half a teaspoon, and then a bit of salt. Okay, to that we're now going to add our paste. Use all of it. If you need, you can add a bit of water to the paste and just bring it all out. Once you put your paste in there, add 1/4 cup of water, mix it all in. And depending on, so you put it on low heat. We now are going to add about 100 milliliters of single cream. Just mix as you go, making sure the consistency is correct. Depending on your mixture, you might need a bit more. You can also add a little bit more according to taste as well. Your mixture is bubbling away. We're going to add about 3 spoons of sugar. According to taste, you might need less or more. You know, I like the combination of the sugar and the spice. A lot of people don't. Some people don't put any in. That's it really. As it cooks, it thickens, so you can add water as you need to make it a little bit thinner, make it a bit more saucier. So you can add a bit more water for the consistency of it, make it a bit more saucier. And then once you put the water in, make sure you leave it to cook for another 5 to 10 minutes. Let it bubble away so all the flavors are released. So the finishing touches to this are the kasturi methi, which is like a dried fenugreek. And what we do is we take about a tablespoon of it and just crush it in there. It is a very strong flavour, so don't overdo it with that. So as a presentation, you take your dumplings and take your sauce. You don't put your dumplings into the sauce, into the pan, because they will break. So then you just cover the dumplings with the sauce, and voila, your dish is done.